And social entrepreneurs are society's change agents.
Social entrepreneurs are looking at the world with a vision towards the opportunity for things to be better.
They deeply care about the good of the whole society.
To solve the world's biggest problems.
In the 1990s, it became really clear that there was a new way that people were working.
More and more workers are not offered jobs, they were offered work for specific tasks.
Instead of working for one company, people were going from project to project and job to job.
The freelancer was also excluded from that whole world of health benefits.
They have issues of being compensated fairly.
And there was no representation for them.
Mutual help, advocacy, but where are they going to get it when you step out of a model that was built in the 19th century?
Obviously, not having benefits and having to be responsible for everything for myself was a big change.
There was clearly a need for new forms of organization.
Some significant part of mutual aid, people coming together, helping each other, associating with each other, is going to be really important.
To figure out the next form of unionism, there are two key elements to building unions, and that is bringing people together to solve their problems and to have a revenue model so that you can perpetuate it over time. We need to build an institution that individuals can be a part of, but we will work with organizations in a collaborative way.
We were looking for ways to sort of solve for solutions, workable solutions to those problems, and that's what motivated us to contact the Freelancers Union.
The freelancers begins to grow to the point where in New York, they're probably one of the fastest growing labor organizations in the country.
I knew that freelancers were a big part of the workforce, I felt it intuitively, but then when I heard the number, that there were 90,000 in New York State, I was, okay, it made complete sense.
It was really coming from the members, organizing the members, mobilizing, have members be the leaders. We started with different services that people needed, but we needed to form a membership organization that had the ability to engage politically.
They've done a great job in organizing and understanding the key issues that face them, and they have not strayed from that kind of dedication.
There was a town hall meeting at the union and I just went. I think this was the first event I went to. I hadn't volunteered yet, and what struck me was all the major candidates were there, making their plea to the union. And I thought, okay, then they're up to something here.
Knowing that we have the numbers and the strategies and the loud enough voice that we really can keep moving forward.
But over time, we kept saying, well, what else can we do? What else can we do? What else can we do? And then finally, we said, wait a minute, why don't we just start an insurance company? And, we did it.
Sara had this terrific idea in the tradition of the great labor leader Sidney Hillman from the clothing workers. What if we created our own financial engine of an insurance company?
Ability to get benefits that are portable, that go with you, that move with you, that allow you to work where you work, when you work, really makes a big difference.
What she was doing and what we were collaborating on hadn't really been done before in terms of addressing the needs of the working uninsured on a private and public basis.
It was really sort of creating that third pathway between the individual market and the employment-based market.
They started to say freelancers might work individually, but as a group together, we're allowed to be treated as a big company. And that really changed things for us.
There was a mass movement of people who not only were interested, but really needed this kind of work and this kind of service.
It's something that can be deployed as it is, really, across the country.
So the legislative priorities, in a nutshell, are to build the next safety net. We've already started doing that in New York State.
Freelancers Union started the unincorporated business tax campaign in New York City. We convinced city council members, and we convinced ultimately the mayor, that it was a smart thing to do to roll that tax back for our members, and we succeeded.
It's making itself important and felt in campaigns that are going on.
When the Freelancers Union people talk, I mean, as cliched as this is, I think that people do listen.
Now, I'd say the critical difference is we don't just talk about policy ideas, we now expect to have legislation.
It's very clear that social benefit and the benefit to their members remains front and center.
They've taken a sector of the workforce that was completely without organization, and they've given it a voice.
Some of my best friends are freelancers. So I've seen the impact that the Freelancers Union has had in their lives.
I don't think I could be a freelancer without something like the Freelancers Union.
Our job is to be figuring out strategies to build economic security back in, and also to build up the working class and the middle class again. This is the new ways that Americans are working. Freelancers Union, after 15 years, can say thank you to the organizations, our members, our funders, our board, elected officials, all who came together to get us to where we are today.
And the collective voice that this union, this new type of unionism has built, to me, is sort of the perfect model of constituency in the 21st century.
Freelancers Union will be recognized as the most important workers' organization in the world. I'm sure of this.
We have to start figuring out how to build back that economic security. And we're starting with the building blocks of unemployment, health insurance, helping people get paid. We can then start being creative about some of the things that will help people thrive. And when we look to the future, we look to our allies, our partners, and to the future allies and partners to come together to start talking about how we're going to build economic security for freelancers and for all workers in America.